大家好，我是刘晨，我现在在中国上海华东师范大学，很开心今天能在这个特殊的平台和大家见面。今天我们来聊一聊中国的传统服饰。Hello there, I am Chen from East China Normal University, Shanghai. I am very happy that we have the chance to meet online with this special forum. Hope we can have a fun time and learn something together at the same time. Today we are going to talk about Chinese traditional clothing.
How do you like the clothes they wear? The name of these clothes is Hanfu. China and Chinese are two big concepts, as there are 56 races in China. Han race is the most populous race, which takes up almost 92% of the population of China. I am Han race too, so I am very happy to introduce the traditional clothing of Han race, which is Hanfu. 请跟我读, please read after me. Hanfu. Hanfu. Good. So these are different kinds of Hanfu. The essential features of Hanfu are its cross collar, wide lapel, and tying with sash in place of buttons. And flat pattern cutting makes the clothes wide and loose. When you wear it, you feel comfortable, as the fabrics for making the clothes were carefully chosen, such as brocade, cotton, or silk. Hanfu has changed a lot of times in last thousands of years. Next, we're going to see how Hanfu has changed. When we talk about the history of Hanfu, we have to talk about the history of China first, because they're connected very closely. Before the introduction of Chinese history, I am curious about what Chinese history do you know about? Like the first emperor and the three kingdoms, which we have heard a lot in video games, and also like Tang Dynasty and Qing Dynasty. They are quite important dynasties in Chinese history as well. Okay, let's go and see a brief introduction of Chinese history. These are the important dynasties in Chinese history. I've chosen a few keywords for every dynasty. I hope it can help you understand it better and quicker. First one, 春秋战国. This was a dynasty which is full of wars. Next is Qing. Qing dynasty was the first one to unify China. And back to then, we had the first emperor. Then it's Han. Han is a foundation of Han culture. The name of Han race comes from this too. After Han, it's 魏晋南北朝. It was a messy dynasty, but full of legends and stories, like the story of three kingdoms. It happened in 魏晋南北朝. Then we come to Tang Dynasty. This might be one of the most famous dynasties in ancient China. It was very prosperous in many ways: politics, economy, and culture. By the way, it was an open and international dynasty, as the Silk Road developed very fast in Tang Dynasty. People in Tang Dynasty treat foreigners very friendly. Then it's Song Dynasty. Song achieved good development on economy. It was the first time in the world that paper currency was invented, in Song Dynasty. Next, we look at Yuan Dynasty. It's a special one because there is big Mongolian influence, as it was a Mongolian government. You can see this influence on Hanfu later. Ming and Qing are the last two dynasties in Chinese history. If we say Tang Dynasty was very open and international, Then Ming and Qing were just opposite, very not open and not international. The last emperor was in Qing dynasty. After knowing something about Chinese history, I have a few questions for you. 1. Which dynasty was the first emperor in? 2. Which dynasty was very open and international? 3. What is the last dynasty in China? Guess you must have figured it out. Next, let's take a look of Hanfu history. In 春秋战国, people were wearing clothes like this. There's only one piece, so the upper half and bottom half are connected. A big characteristic of Hanfu is that the sleeves are usually big. These are the Hanfu of Qing dynasty. Guess what color did people of Qing dynasty like? You're right, red and black. Qing people like red and black very much. They think these two colors are noble, especially black. It's emperor's favorite. Now we come to Han dynasty. There are two pieces of clothes now, the upper part and the bottom dress. Its development. Next, 魏晋南北朝. Back to then, people prefer light designs. So take a look of the triangle stuff on their Hanfu. Do they look like bird's feather? It's a special design. Here is a fun fact of Tang dynasty. Nowadays, we prefer to be fit, right? But back to Tang dynasty, people prefer to be fat. If you happen to be chubby in Tang dynasty, you will be regarded as very good looking. The clothes are fashionable too. Look at the lady on the right. The outside layer is almost transparent. Song dynasty is interesting. As we said, Tang people prefer to be fat. Song people like to be slim. Quite the opposite. Yuan dynasty is special, as there was Mongolian influence. The person on the right is a noble Mongolian lady. Her clothes look different from common Hanfu. Ming was the last Han government, and it's a reserved dynasty. So the clothes are reserved as well, although there are more kinds of designs. The last dynasty, Qing. Qing was governed by Manchurian. Look at the big hat on this lady's head. It's the characteristic of Manchurian clothing. As for men, they usually only keep half of their hair. They shave the front half, then plait the other half. Well, hope this introduction is helpful. Now here are some questions for you. 1. What is Chinese traditional clothing called? 2. Can you name some dynasties of China? 3. Among the Hanfu of these dynasties, which do you like most? I know you have must got your answers. I'd like to share a video with you, which presents how Hanfu looks in some important dynasties. After watching this, do you wonder if Hanfu only exists in history? Let me guess what you are wearing today. Suits and ties are formal. T-shirts and jeans are casual style. A fancy dress could be festive. But those choices are all too common for most people. Look at what these young people wear in everyday life. In China, now every day, on the street or in the park, Hanfu can be seen time and time again. Although the revival of the tradition clothing has been a trend for some years, it still looks very unique whenever it is worn. For young people in China, the frequency and occasions for wearing Hanfu depend more on personal preferences, rather than rigidly following an ancient rule. Many fans of Hanfu even choose to wear Hanfu as their everyday clothing. Let's take a look of how it is like to wear Hanfu in daily life. Ruyi, a young Chinese girl living in Shanghai, believes that classics of Hanfu will never go out of style, and she herself has incorporated Hanfu into her everyday outlook. Everyone could wear Hanfu, regardless of their age, size, or gender. Hanfu does not only exist in TV series or on the internet, but can be fully integrated into our everyday life. The Hanfu is not a niche market or a fad anymore, but an emergent trend entering mainstream fashion and chased by an increasing number of young Chinese. During the last few years, young Chinese have elevated Hanfu from a niche hobby to a generation's tool of Chinese cultural expression, while transforming it into a consumer market of 400 million people. For many young Chinese, wearing Hanfu has served as a significant gesture that reminds them of their cultural identity and inspires them to investigate deeper into that heritage. It was very impressed to see people trying to bring old clothes back to life. Usually, when you wear Hanfu, there should be some accessories, like lantern, jade, or just folding fan. So next we're going to make a Hanfu accessory, Chinese folding fan. Here are the materials we need. One side colored paper. It will look prettier and be easier to make it with one side colored paper, so I recommend this. String with tassel. If you can't find it, it's fine, just skip this step later. Glue or double-sided tape. Lastly, your hands. Here we go!
Well, time-wise, our class is about to finish. I hope you enjoyed it and had a good time. Hope we can see each other in China one day, and by then, I will give you a big welcome. Thanks for watching. Let's say goodbye in a traditional Chinese way. 再见 See you!